So I'm going to walk you through this show rate flow that we've used to maximize book call show rates and also then maximize the amount of quality leads coming through the other side, because that's really what we're all looking for, right? Is to get the maximum conversion rate when people get on the call with the right quality of leads that you know you can get results for. So we use some of this stuff as well, by the way, in webinars, and also use it in book calls funnels. So it's slightly different for webinars, but I'm going to show you how it works for book calls right now. So on here, right, you start off with a book call, and the first thing that happens is immediately we send a voicemail drop. And that voicemail drop goes out, and it should feel super, super conversational. And here's some conversational tips. So one of the things you want to do, is hold the phone up to your ear when you are recording that voicemail drop. If you're not sure what a voicemail drop is, basically it's something that sends a message straight to their voicemail. So what happens, it typically rings a phone, like one ring, and then it leaves them a voicemail after that. Now, does everyone pick those up? No. Does it have a 100% success rate of being delivered? No. It has about a 72%. Last time I checked, it was about 72% success rate of being delivered. However, what it does do for the people who do hear it, it builds a lot more rapport. Now, we use this in our initial sequence, and pretty much everyone comments when they get on the call. They're like, I was really impressed that you just like called me straight away. I was like, well, I didn't call it. And what's interesting is if you do it in the right way, then I had someone on a call the other day with me and said, yeah, and you said my name. And I don't know how you did it. I didn't say his name, right? However, it was he felt like it was because it felt so personal when I sent that immediately after the recording. Then what we also do is send the confirmation email straight away. That confirmation email and the 24 hours before email should send over to this section here, right? So the pre-call homework, the add to calendar, and then the watch the social proof page. So on your thank you page, what you should have is a pre-call homework. So like this is for just like the little things that you want them to do before the call. So it shouldn't be something that takes like an hour for them to fill in. It should literally take less than 5 minutes. But what this does is it helps build rapport. It helps get them taking action before the call. It increases commitment and consistency, which is one of the persuasion principles. And it means that by the time they get to the call, they're already like starting to think about their pains and the problems more. Then you've got add to calendar, right? So an actual link or button on there that you click it, one click, and it adds it to the right date at the right time. Because what happens is if you send a link, well, you send an email and it just says, add this to your calendar. That's hard work. I've got to go into my calendar. I've got to write out the thing. I've got to go and find the link. I've got to copy that link in. Rather than click this button, I can click a button. Okay. So you want to add that to the thank you page and also into the emails, and then watch the social proof page. So this one here, okay, the watch the social proof page, that is about pre-framing the content and like showing all the results from where to where. So where was that person before they joined the program? Where is that person now? What is the result that they're achieving? Because what you're looking to do is add social proof pages from different demographics, because then there'll always be something that people can resonate with. So like if I'm 65 white male and I see another 65-year-old white male, I'm going to be like, oh, I'm like him. Or if I see, if I'm a woman in her 30s that is a corporate manager, and I see another woman in the 30s who's also a corporate manager who had the same pains as I did, then I'm more likely to go ahead and buy because I resonate with, oh, will it work for me? Well, it worked for her and she's just like me, right? So that's the point of the social proof page, is basically you have every single possible conceivable demographic on there. And that's not just kind of demographics, but also the psychographics, right? So like the particular pains that someone had, the particular situation that someone is in, and then also like the personal attributes as well. Okay. So the more of those you've got, the better it's going to be. And then we've got SMS number one that goes out. So that goes out immediately. I say immediately. Typically, you want to delay it like a couple of minutes. And that SMS here should be done like this, right? It should go over to the email and SMS. We should do these things below here. So speaking a one-on-one style is the first piece. So instead of like the SMS saying, "Congratulations, your call is confirmed. We will see you at the time." Right? Boring, impersonal, sounds the same as everyone else. It's crap. So instead, speaking a one-on-one style, "Hey, it's Paul from Amplify CCOM. Just noticed you booked in your call. I'm excited to chat with you. Just curious, what's the number one thing you want to get out of the call?" See the difference? Is that longer than the character limit of one SMS? Yes. Will it cost you slightly more to send the SMS? Yes. Will it increase conversions? Yes. So writing that in that style is going to help. Ask a question and then use their language pattern. So when I say ask a question, like what's the number one thing you want out of the call, they'll tell you what that is. And you'll notice the language patterns that they use here, right? So what are they responding with and how are they describing their pains, their problems? Put that in the notes in your CRM. So when you get to the call, hey, it was great speaking to you over the last couple of days as well, just before this call. Like, I know you mentioned you wanted to blank, right? And use their words. So tell me a little bit more about that. Like, how's that showing up for you right now? Right? So we're collecting that data in advance and building rapport. And then we've got 24 hours before email. Again, we're driving back to this thank you page on here to get them to take these actions. And then 1 hour before email, we've kind of missed the boat on if they haven't filled this in by then they're probably not going to do it. So on the 1 hour before, we are going to just position the fact that we're excited to meet them, and that like if we can still link to a little bit of social proof if we want to, but it's more kind of like if you just make sure your phone's on loud, it's just like the good housekeeping kind of stuff. And like again, if you can position any kind of results in advance stuff and like what we're going to be covering over the call to get them excited, those things really help. And then 2 minutes before, you've got an SMS that goes out that says, "Hey, just about to call you," or "Hey, just join in the Zoom room. I'll see you in there. Here's a link." You notice how that's, again, it's conversational. It's really important that we are being as conversational as possible in here, because humans buy from humans, not from automations. Now, if you can make the automation sound like humans, then you've got leverage. And at the same time, humans buy from humans, right? Every single lead is a human beating heart. And we need to remember that when we're creating any of the conversational follow-up in here. So this is how we do the show rate flow and the conversational tips that go with that as well. Look at adding, if you're not using voicemail drops right now, look at adding one of those in, and make sure you add in the SMSs in there as well, because a lot of people don't put those. They just put the three standard emails that go out, like confirmation 24 hours before, 1 hour before, and then that is it. And it just says, "Reminder, your time's coming up. Reminder, the time's coming up. Reminder, the time's coming up." Right? It's just lazy. It's a lazy way of doing it. Build a customized sequence that really relates to your client's pain points, problems, and the goals and desires of where they want to go, and do it in a conversational way that actually builds that rapport moving forward. So try it out. Have a great day. Catch up with you soon.